shocked to see that the last dance with Michael Jordan's names on it. And I think a lot of people got a little upset because they didn't get the credit or they wanted money. I didn't want the money. That was good for me to just be on there and.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all having a great day so far. So this is day 2 of me kind of making up for the 23rd and not doing the Jordan tribute as always. But we had other things going on that day with the podcast and Kobe's birthday and all that. So this is me making up for that. And honestly, this video popped up on my feed just a couple of days ago. And I am really intrigued by the title, and I definitely think I have a lot to say about this, and I think a lot of you guys watching right now are going to have a lot to say about this in the comments. So let's do this. Guys, this is a video from the NBA Showcase. I'm currently not subscribed. 6.2 thousand subscribers. If I enjoy this video, I am definitely going to subscribe like I usually do. So here's what I'm going to do. The link is down below in the description for you if you guys decide you want to subscribe to this channel. And the link is going to go straight to this original video. Guys, the video title, the real story, the real Minecraft, the real story behind Pippen's hate for Jordan. And, we brushed on this topic a couple of times throughout the years. And we all seem to have a lot of opinions on it, as I think we should, because this was one of those, don't ruin my childhood kind of things. And the fact that this has been such a one-sided beef, and I don't just consider this like Pippen hates Jordan. I consider this like Pippen hates Jordan and Phil, because he called Phil a racist, and then he called Jordan a terrible player, and all this nonsense. And on the other end of things, we have Phil Jackson saying that him and Michael Jordan still talk on a regular basis, and they're both kind of really upset and sad that this has happened with Scotty, like whatever is going on with them. So I can see this as a completely one-sided thing. And the real question is why, and that's where we all have different opinions. And before I get into my opinion, because as you guys have heard it, let's get into the opinion of the video. Let's see what they got cooking for us. So guys, like I said earlier, the link to the original video is down below in the description. If you enjoy it, consider subscribing. It's still a small channel. Also, guys, in that description, you'll see a link a list of channel members. Shout out to you guys and anybody who wants to go check out my music channel. Which one's pink? The link is down below as well. All that being said, like the video, please. It helps out a lot. Hype it if you think it's worthy, and let's rock.
I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player.
So I was disappointed.
Yeah, that's when he was trying to sell books too. Like I always kind of feel like part of this started with him wanting to sell books and like stirring up controversy. And then it just didn't really stop. I don't know why it didn't stop.
He's taking shots at Michael, Phil Jackson, and myself. But I understand he's got a book coming out.
Right? Yeah. Charles calls it out.
Many bad back games, but I do see flu games. Come on.
Oh man, okay. As a huge fan, man, big time fan of you guys. Here's the difference, okay? Let me just say it true and honest. Michael Jordan had the flu. What did he do in that game? 30-something points. He was the guy. He was also the clutch, the closer of the game, if you guys remember. He did everything he normally had to do, and he did it to a point of excellence, as usual. Now, Pip, we all give you credit for going out there in Game 6 of the 98 finals when your back was busted. But as well as everybody else, you were a decoy. That was the only way MJ could convince you to go out there and play, was telling you, hey, just go out there as a decoy. Your presence alone will help the team. And it was true. You toughed it out. You gutted it out. We all respect you for it. But the reason it's not talked about was because you went out there and scored probably like 6 points, a couple of rebounds. And that's not to discredit you, but you brought this up. I don't know why you bring it up as though this is a comparable game to the flu game. yes, it was kind of a Rocky Balboa moment. You gutted it out. Much respect because you guys won that championship. But these are not comparable things.
Bad back games, but I do see flu games. Flu. Come on.
Yeah, when I hear him saying, I'm saying to myself, what's really going on with Scott?
Yeah.
Do you think that Michael Jordan would be as successful without you?
No.
If you can show me anything you want, there's no way you can convince me he wasn't an asshole.
Okay, that's out of context. He was talking about Isaiah Thomas there.
Can you tell me a little bit about Scottie Pippen and how that whole relationship evolved and how you pushed Scottie Pippen?
Well, not just push Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen pushed me. You know what I mean? It was this big brother, little brother scenario. I knew the hard work that it took to get to that level. And if we wanted to get from point A to point B to point Z, then I'm gonna have to pull this guy along. We're gonna have to find a way to coexist. We're gonna have to find a way to challenge each other.
To come and trap and then go.
And I always consider for Kobe, that was Pau. That's what Pau represented to him. Somebody that like we could build something together. We could push each other. And Pippen was definitely that guy, 100%. Pippen benefited from that as a defensive player. I mean, 100 times over. And you better believe the better Pippen got at defending Jordan, the better Jordan got at all of his counterattacks. Because how are you going to beat somebody who knows all your moves? Come up with a new move. So they both mutually benefited from that big brother, little brother relationship for sure. And pushing each other every day in practice.
You're there, you go.
So, you know, it was that, me pulling him along.
Come on, man, let's go. Where you going?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
You hear that?
Come on.
No, Let's go.
No, I miss out on this.
That's entertainment.
145.
To where, okay.
That was MJ like protecting Pip because at that point the media was all over him. So he's just like, nah, get out of here. Get out of here. Because everybody knows he didn't like it. Nobody liked it.
If you're gonna play this game, you're gonna have to get like this.
You could have just spin around. I thought when I saw your fake, you thought that someone came over. Karl Malone was at the top doing this. Okay.
And I think Michael
I love that respect right there, you know, because there's no ego. Pippen is showing him something that he missed and he could utilize, and he's like, oh, okay, got you. You know, like that's brotherhood.
just a guy who would score it and make the big shots and make the big things. Scottie Pippen changed a lot of things for the Chicago Bulls. If he wasn't there, I think they would have won a lot of them games.
Pippen moves in for the steal and a great save to Rodman. Now Scottie back with the three. Oh, man. That's one of them.
I think he was better than MJ just from a natural, you 6'7" with the same components, but not only is your right, your left is that big. You know what I'm saying? And you finishing with both equally like that. The difference was that the level of confidence coming out of, and so much, when we look at it, think about it. If you think about how many guys you played with, so much was given to them that lent to their confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I know that I got all of these people behind me and all of these people supporting me, then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna play a different way. As opposed to, I gotta prove to these people that I'm capable. Scottie come in having to prove himself from Central Arkansas, as opposed to knowing that, dude, I'm 6'7", I got handles, I can jump, I can shoot. I still gotta prove myself, where M was already proven to a degree. It was just a matter of how good he was gonna become. Pip became better with every touch. And I think, you know, when they named him the top 50, it took his confidence to a different level.
I mean, I agree and I disagree a little bit because MJ, the thing is, I more so I agree with Craig there because MJ had probably like a week as a Chicago Bull once the season started that he wasn't given the keys to the castle. But after a week or so, it looked like he absolutely annihilated everybody on that team and took it. You know, like it was clear who was the best player on that team. But, I mean, to be fair, Pippen came into a Chicago Bulls team led by Michael Jordan. So, yeah, it's a different thing. He did have to earn his keep more so in a different kind of way. But Jordan had to maintain it, too. So that's hard, you know, because a lot of people, they come in, they're young, they get a lot of attention, they get the keys to the car. But to keep that, for all those years like MJ did, that's the hard part because he did it for basically 14 years.
Lost it to Pippen, trying to take it in on Cartwright. Give it up, Scotty. He does at the right time.
Love it.
5 to go on the shot clock. Anderson, the fourth. Pippen got a piece of it. Jordan takes it down. Lead to Scottie Pippen. J. Brown intended receiver. Scottie Pippen took it away.
Rejected by Pippen. What a play by Scottie Pippen.
Michael was not winning.
I mean, I'm curious what you guys think about this because I was having a conversation in comments of a recent video here. And I think the best way to put this is Pippen was, and this was with that Hakeem Olajuwon fasting video where, I mean, Pippen shot terrible. He played terrible that game. But, like, I think it's safe to say Pippen was offensively inconsistent. Scoring-wise, shooting-wise, inconsistent. But defensively, the guy was, one of the top defenders of all time on a consistent basis. That's kind of where I stand with Pip. I'm curious what you guys think about that statement. Let me know in the comments, please.
Michael was not winning until Scotty got there. Let's remember that, too. They were losing a lot. Scotty got there, and the reason it was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. There's Barney and Clyde.
Yeah, he needed a running mate. He needed a running mate, and it took a couple years after that. It wasn't like the only thing I don't like about how that's said. It's not like Pippen came in '87 and they started winning championships. No, they didn't really improve much until Pippen improved to a level where he was a true running mate. Then they got tough. You know what I mean? But it still took some years.
Champion Chicago Bulls.
And if people forget too, like what Jordan played in the league for 3 seasons, 2 full seasons at that point. You know, like it's not like he got a lot of time before Pippen was there to do his thing.
Corner jam blocked. Pippen comes away with it, and the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship.
I said it earlier in the interview. I keep saying this. I said, thank God Michael Jordan got Scottie Pippen. You know, because Michael couldn't do it by himself.
Who can?
Mike was scoring 40 points a game, and Scottie came in and just filled in the blank and just made him just like a major, major superstar. Scottie Pippen is probably one of the innovators of the power forward point guard.
Small forward, but yeah, he definitely is an innovator for the point forward. Larry Bird before Pippen as well. And now we see this. Yeah, this is a very common thing these days. These guys were innovators for sure.
He's 6'9", and these kids today are 6'10", doing the same thing Scottie was doing. I mean, but Scottie, his game was polished. He was good. He was good, and I think Scottie played today. He probably had triple-double.
Yeah, I think Scottie would be just fine in today's game too. And to his point, yeah, man, a star either needs a co-star, a running mate, or you need a solid, like every man up kind of team. I'm thinking about like the Houston Rockets when they won those championships with Hakeem, especially the first one. That was like we got one megastar, and everybody has to pull their weight now for us to have a chance to win. And that Rockets team did it, you know. But most teams you see like a 1-2 punch. You know, there's a main guy, and then there's the main sidekick. And those two are the running mates that are going to get the rest of the team to the finish line. That's how the Bulls were built.
Championships.
This is the Bulls. Third in a row. They are now the Trip Bulls. It's the Bulls. Third in a row. They are now the Trip Bulls.
Good times.
Oh.
The good old days.
And the next thing you know is a tandem.
It's a 3-on-1 with only Best back. And Pippen slams it in his face.
You know, I don't think you're going to have two players like that ever again that grew and became more successful together. And success started to, circle themselves around the two of them.
Yeah. I agree, because every time we get a great duo, they end up splitting up. And usually it's because of like fighting or egos or whatever. I mean, just recently, Tatum and Brown, whatever. We don't know what was going on there, but something had to happen for them to trade Brown away like that for nothing. So I don't know what that was, but every time we get a cool tandem, LeBron and Dwayne Wade, LeBron and Kyrie. LeBron, oh my God, LeBron's had a lot of tandems. LeBron and Luka, you know, like LeBron and AD, Carmelo, Anthony, and Allen Iverson. Like we've seen so many duos, but they never last. These two lasted a long time together, and yeah, like Jordan said, not only did they stick together and grow together, but they just had immense success surrounding them because they did stay together.
Michael Jordan, 1997 Finals MVP.
That's 5. I love it. Look at this. How you going to hate this man, Scotty? Hold on. Wait. I'm going to shut up. Hold on. Okay. Now he said you hold this with me, you deserve this too. And then he said, you're my MVP, dog. Come on, Scotty. Come on. Stop hating. This guy loves you.
6 championships together. Like I said, I don't know, but there's got to be a special bond. There's got to be a special bond. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment.
You're named MVP, but as you accepted the trophy, you said to Scotty that he was your MVP. Scottie Pippen we're a tandem. It's hard to split us up. He means a lot to me when I go out and play on the basketball court. He relieves a lot of the pressure that I have to deal with. I try to do the same for him. It's hard to take this MVP by myself. He's got to take half of it. I take the trophy. He may get the call.
Come on. Like, I don't care what Scotty says nowadays. Like, dude, even after everything that's happened, if Scotty showed up at MJ's door and was like, hey, like, I'm in the middle of a war, I need your help. Dude, MJ would be your best soldier defending your ass, man. Come on. This kind of a bond is a special bond. That kind of a trust, you know, when your back is against the wall, that doesn't just go away over the years. You'll always have each other's back. You know, I can say the same thing about like my brother or something. Like my blood brother, even, you know, because after years and years of life, you have good times, you have bad times. Dude, even in the worst of times in our relationship, if he called me and said, I need your help, I'm dropping everything and we're whooping some ass. That's just brotherhood, man. I'd expect the same from him.
Well, I won all these championships, but I didn't win without Scottie Pippen. And, you know, that's why I consider him my best teammate of all time.
The top, you have a lot of criticism about The Last Dance.
I thought it was a great documentary. I felt like the documentary only told a story that sort of glorified him as a player and not glorified us as a team.
I have a different take on that because I know a lot of people, when the episodes were dropping, they were getting mad that, you know, like, why do we have a full episode on Steve Kerr? There's a full episode on, you know, on Scotty and blah, blah, blah. I love the fact that they did that and gave everybody their, you know, their limelight. But apparently that wasn't enough for Scotty. Like, Scotty had a full episode and he was in throughout the entire series. He had a lot of time. The problem is he said some things that shocked me, you know, like when it was about the injury and him getting the surgery in the beginning of the 97-98 season instead of doing it in the off season. He's like, yeah, I would have done it again. You know, if I had the choice, I would do it all over again, you know? And then, like, same thing with him not going in the game in 94, 93, the 94 playoffs against the Knicks, you know, because the call was played for Tony Kukoc. He said the same thing. He said, I would do it again. That was the part, Scotty. Like, and I don't think anyone, like, I don't feel like he has any friends or family that's just telling him the truth, because that's the truth. That was the shocking part. We all knew you didn't go back into that game. Bro, we moved on. We forgave you. You know, you proved your value immediately after that. The following season, like, no one was holding that against you. But then the fact that you said I would do it again, that's what was shocking. Like, you felt no remorse for that. You know what I mean? Like, That's the thing. So really, all the things that like showed him in a bad light, he kind of did it to himself. And that's why I can't quite understand why he's angry at Michael Jordan. Because, Scotty, you're the one who did those things. And then 30 years later, you're the one who said that and doubled down. You did that. Wait. Well, you're going to just throw this clip in there. Action Jackson. Dodgeball. Bang, you're out.
Did you three guys believe that Scotty was portrayed accurately? Because friends of mine who are friends with Scotty from the Chicago area have talked to him, and he said, no, I think it was bullshit how I was portrayed. Do you guys believe Scotty was portrayed fairly and accurately?
You know, for me, I was, I'm still kind of upset about it because I know the type of brother that Scotty is. So for me, I didn't like how he was portrayed, and I felt like, you know, it was I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I'm still trying to figure that out. That, you know, without Scotty, MJ would not have won.
Yeah. I think Scotty is underappreciated by people. I think people look at him as being, you know.
Here's the irony. After The Last Dance dropped, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the last 6 years, it's not, these guys kind of got it wrong, in my opinion. Scotty it didn't come off as Scotty wasn't important. The opposite happened. Now people are acting like Scotty was the main guy, and that's what's weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, history is like, it's altering, and it's not in a truthful way. So I felt Scotty was portrayed fine, but I really think like the highlights, the negative highlights, like I said, were the things that he said and doubled down on. Now, all that being said, like, it's weird to me. It's just, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I'm lost in this thought. Like, how did what happened there, and then everybody saying Scotty didn't get enough respect, turn into Scotty's better than Michael Jordan? That's where things get weird for me. I don't understand that. Do you guys?
Fitted by being with Michael Jordan. I think he showed a lot of people when Michael retired that he was a player of stature, a player that top player in the league without Michael Jordan.
He is. No one's taking that away. All he isn't is a consistent scorer and a closer. I mean, he's one of the best. Scotty's amazing. Never have anything really bad to say about his game. He is one of the best. We all know that, but we can't. Don't be comparing him to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair. That's not fair to Scottie Pippen, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to be compared to Michael Jordan.
He doesn't get the credit of being the guy. I consider he was like the heart and soul of those championship years.
Hey guys, can we get a rest in peace, Stacy, in the comments, please? It would be a really nice thing to see.
The players really looked for him when things got rough. You know, Scotty would calm everybody down. Scotty would be the guy like, hey, if you let's say you made a mistake or you blew an assignment or something, you know, Scotty would always be that guy to come up and put his arm around you and say, hey, don't worry about it. We need you to get your head back in the game. You know, that's just one play. Let it go. It wouldn't be MJ. MJ might be yelling at you. He might be you better catch that ball next time. That kind of thing. So he was the good cop, bad cop situation.
I was waiting for him to say it because it's the most obvious good cop, bad cop dynamic ever, you know? And MJ, yeah, he's going to attack you, you know, to try to set you straight and get you in line. And then Scotty's going to be there to kind of pat it and massage it and be like, hey, it's okay. But MJ's right. You know, we got to do this. But don't worry, you're all right. Like, it was a great dynamic between the two. You know, it was co-leadership.
It was straight up bull
thing. So he was the good cop, bad cop situation.
Horace.
It was straight up bullshit. How they portrayed Scotty. That documentary, they called him, well, MJ called him selfish. That's some BS. That's straight up BS.
He said that one thing he did was selfish. Outside of that, he had nothing but, like all the nice things he said to Scotty. The very first thing he says in a documentary, Horace, is, you know, you can't speak Michael Jordan's name without speaking Scottie Pippen. All those championships I won, you saw Scottie Pippen with me. Like, So that's that's him setting the table with that. And then if he's talking about a selfish move, like that was, I mean, come on, like it wouldn't be such a big deal if everyone's not making such a big deal. Everyone's done a selfish act in their life. It's not like anyone is pure 100%. So that was a selfish act, and he got called out on it. We all knew it was. What's the big deal? Time it moves on. If Michael Jordan's like the whole premise of The Last Dance was, I don't like Scottie Pippen. I could have done this without him. He was selfish anyways. This would be a whole different conversation. But you're going to talk about like 10 hours of documentary and Jordan says that one thing Scottie did was selfish? Come on. Come on, man.
If it wasn't for Scottie Pippen, there would be no.
Yeah, and he said that. He said that right out of the gate, Horace.
I'm telling you right now, guys.
We all know.
I mean, the first championship, where I think MJ got in foul trouble with against the Lakers and Magic. Who came to the rescue? Number 33, Scottie.
And now you're falling for the bait, Horace. Now you're criticizing Jordan. Like this isn't good. And it's also not deserved.
With Pippen on Magic, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, able to bump, be physical with Magic.
The Bulls lead at 52-45.
Like if they were to say like Jordan, it would be a blasphemous thing to say. But if you really want to, Horace, you can say Jordan was selfish because he retired after the '93 finals. I think that would be a fucked up thing. Sorry, that would be a messed up thing to say, considering his father was just killed and all that. But you could say that if you want, because he left. He left for a little while, and then he came back. But if you want to throw that in there and say it, fine. Nobody could take that away from you. But don't take that comment where he said that it was selfish that he didn't get surgery until the season started. And now you're going to be baited into a trick where you're going to start criticizing Michael Jordan as a basketball player. All you're doing is getting more clicks and more views for whatever channel you're on. You know what I mean? Like you're falling into the trap. It's not worth it. You guys were brothers.
As Magic Johnson sweeping in, and waited for the call from Jess Kersey, who had the better look.
As Magic made a move, Grant came over late, slid underneath.
He has 18. The Bulls lead it by 7. Pippen tried to draw the foul. Perkins tried to go the bounce pass route.
Poor Magic. Poor Magic. If Pippen wasn't guarding him, Jordan was guarding him. And when Pippen's guarding him, Jordan's trapping him, and vice versa. Freaking A, man. These two, this combo is the best front court freaking defensive duo of all time, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You can't get a break, just like they did to Tony Kukoc when USA played Croatia. Like, what are you going to do, man? You got these two guys fighting, salivating over who's guarding the best offensive player? Shoot.
And then tries to help out.
There you go. Now Jordan's on you and Pippen trap. What are you going to do?
Shot clock at 8.
What are you going to do?
Magic Johnson.
Yet history is so weird. Now everyone wants to pretend like it was just Pippen who guarded him. Like that's been debunked. Why do we do these things? Why can't we just say it as it is? Why can't the credit be distributed fairly? Why does it have to just be one person? Pippen and Jordan both shut Magic down in the 91 finals. There. It wasn't so hard to say.
You didn't watch The Last Dance?
I didn't see that part of it.
So you didn't watch all the 10 episodes?
No.
After what episode
If
did
you didn't watch all 10 episodes, what gives you the right to criticize it? I don't believe that for a second. I think Scottie's got a little pathological LeBron liar, in his personality.
Watching it.
Probably 6, 7.
The Kukoc episode.
Yeah, something like that.
You saw that episode. Was that the one where you're like, you know what? Screw this, I'm done.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it. My kids got turned off on it, so it's kind of turned me off. So I didn't have any interest to watch it anymore.
I always admired Scottie Pippen and his game and appreciated him. And then I thought about something. He's the most disrespected all-time great player in any sport that any game has seen.
Not anymore, man.
Interesting. It's not even close. Michael Jordan didn't win any championships without Scottie Pippen.
What's going to be put
Nowadays, Scottie Pippen is considered better than Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, AD, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, like all these guys combined. Yeah, so it's changed, Jalen. But yeah, I agree. Most of the years, he didn't get enough respect. Now we went way over that barrier, and now he gets way too much respect, and it's weird. I wish we could just get it right, you know? Best number 2 guy of all time, possibly. That's the conversation we should be having.
What's going to be put out there? It's not a documentary. It's his narrative of what happened.
So The Last Dance, the documentary. What was your take on it? It seems that Pippen has a little bit of beef with Jordan over that documentary. What's your take on it?
I really have no problem with it. You know, I wouldn't expect to get paid from that. You know, that was I think the 97, 98 season. Everyone knew that they was videotaping us the whole year, but no one knew that it was Jordan who was doing it. But everyone knew that we had cameras on us 24/7. And when the Last Dance came up, I think a lot of people were a little shocked to see that the Last Dance was Michael Jordan's names on it. And I think a lot of people got a little upset because they did get the credit or they wanted money. I ain't want the money. You know, that was good for me to just be on there and doing my job.
That's interesting. Now, because Dennis is always honest, and there's some truth there that I didn't really think about. We all know how Scottie Pippen is with money, right? Very bad with money. Always needs more money. Always mad about money. This has been his personality since the early 90s, okay? And a lot of it's justified and all that, but I'm just saying there's a trend that's been going on for 30 some odd years, and he's always a problem about money for Scottie Pippen. And heck, that's why I think he did the book. He had his own like a liquor line and stuff like that, or wine, I'm not sure. But, you know, he always needs more money. Now, if it's true that none of the guys got paid for that, I could see Scottie waging war based on that information. Like Scottie didn't get paid, so it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't really matter what was said in the documentary. At the end of the day, he went in angry that he didn't get paid for it. Now, this is just my opinion based off of what Dennis Rodman just said. By the way, this is a great video. I'm subscribing to this channel right now. All right. I'm kind of shaping my opinion around this as we go along and learning new information. But that was the best one I heard right there, was from Dennis, as I didn't think about that perspective. At the end of the day, follow the money.
Jordan's fault in 1994 when you were going up against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and it was Game 3.
If Friday the 13th is lucky for the Bulls, they'll need a little bit of it tonight. They trail the Knicks in the best-of-7 series. 2 games tonight.
1994, there was an issue during a game where Phil Jackson wanted you to inbound the ball instead of take the last shot.
Now, Chicago had 1 timeout left. They had 3. Once we went inside of 2 minutes, they lose. Scotty's going to sit here.
And you refused to enter a game because Phil Jackson called the last play for Tony Kukoc instead of you?
Kukoc, Armstrong, Kerr, and Myers.
And I'm sorry, guys, what other word? And Jordan didn't actually call him selfish here. That's the funny thing. He called him selfish because of the surgery. But this is one of those situations, guys. If your ego is so inflated that the last shot gets called for another player other than you, and you refuse to throw the ball in because you're considered the best passer on the team, and your coach has said, you're the guy I trust inbounding the ball. This is a hard inbound pass, by the way, as you're probably about to see. It's a hard one. We trust the ball in your hands. Please do it. And then your ego is so high that you're like, no, I'm not going to help my team anymore. What other than selfish is that considered? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, this is not to bash Scottie Pippen. I loved Scottie Pippen, man. And this is just like, what other word is there for this, though? Because he did these things. That's selfish.
You know, Phil draw up this play. Me personally, I didn't care who took the last shot. I wanted to take the last shot, but that wasn't going to happen.
Just want to win.
Chicago led by 8 with 2:21 to go, but New York has outscored them 10-2 since then. 1.8 left, no timeouts.
I mean, the inbounder is a special role in this situation. And yeah, I know everybody wants to take the last shot. I get it. I totally do. But this was not an easy play. Lucky it still worked out. But if I was Phil Jackson, I would have rather had the ball in Scottie Pippen's hands too, making this pass. You need your best facilitator on the job. And that was Scottie Pippen.
So in a huddle, Phil said, okay, Tony's going to be the one that gets the ball.
And poor Tony Kukoc, he's thrown in the middle of this. Like he didn't do anything wrong. The play was called for him.
Same play as it was against Milwaukee back, and that same play against Indiana. Same play they executed plenty of times when Michael was there. It was always the same play.
Yeah, look at that inbound, by the way. Like that's...
Play they executed plenty of times when Michael was that same play against...
Like, look at this. Okay, you see ball's about to go up. It's hard to tell, but you trust me on that. Ball's about to go up. This is Kukoc being held, all right? Very high risk that the ball is going to get stolen, It has to be a perfect lob. You saw ball went up right after that. Yep.
Executed plenty of times when Michael was there. It was always the same play.
I understand what Phil was thinking.
Tony, look out, it's on line.
Plus, let's just be real. Tony Kukoc was clutch. He was a clutch shooter.
Bulls win it! Kukoc with the lifesaver!
Now, as far as the last play of the game goes, Scottie Pippen was not involved in that play. He asked out of the play. I left him off the floor. That's as much as I'll talk about that, and we have practice tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Very respectful way to say that.
You said Phil Jackson is a racist.
I felt like
guys, this shocked me, okay? This really, really shocked me, man. I remember like texting my brother in the middle of the night when I watched this, like, what the hell's going on with Scottie? Now Phil, he bashed Jordan, but now Phil is a racist? Like, what the heck is going on, man?
For years, you said Phil Jackson is a racist.
I felt like that I had earned my right to take.
What did that have to do with skin color? This is my problem with that, okay? All right, I dealt with racism when I was young, and still I always will for the rest of my life. Scottie, we all know what racism is. Why did Michael Jordan get to take the last shot up until this point? Do you understand what his skin color is? You should. So if he wasn't racist, then, did he suddenly become racist because he wanted a guy with white skin to take the last shot this time? How does that work? Like, in your head, how could you dare to call him a racist based off of that alone? I think it's disgusting that you did it. I'm staring right at him right now. I think it's disgusting that you used the racism thing for something like this. It's embarrassing. You ruin the message because there is a lot of actual racism going on, and people like you who claim that everything that you don't like happening in the world is racist, you're messing up that message. It's the boy who cried wolf. Stop it. Because if it actually happens and somebody is being racist towards you, Scottie, now we're going to wonder, are you being crazy again? Or is it actually happening and you're a victim? But you can't keep crying wolf about little things like this. And by the way, calling somebody racist is a serious accusation. It's not something to be thrown around lightly, okay? I can't believe he did it. I can't believe he did it. I didn't get the last shot, therefore you're a racist, coach. When all the while, Michael Jordan was getting the last shot all these years. And then like BJ Armstrong got a couple. And then Kobe Bryant got a whole bunch. Dude, what does everybody have in common here? I don't think it has anything to do with skin color, Scotty. And I'm just going to be honest. It's because you weren't a clutch closer when it comes to shooting. That's what Phil Jackson did this for. Nothing to do with your skin color. He was right. His call was right. You were the best person for the inbound pass by far. Best person in the league, one can argue at that point, to do this job. Tony Kukoc was the clutch shooter. You got to take back these comments, man. These accusations. It's terrible what you did.
I felt like he disrespected me at that moment.
I agree. I agree. He should feel disrespected. I understand. But what's that have to do with your skin color, Scotty? You said racist. You didn't say he's an asshole. You didn't say he doesn't appreciate me. You didn't say he's disrespectful. You said he's racist. Take it back, Scotty. Everyone's still alive, man. Take it back while y'all are still alive.
Took a whole conversation in between Scotty and Phil.
It was clear he wasn't upset with Tony. Scotty felt that he had earned the right to take the last shot. He would have reacted the same no matter who was told to take the shot, as long as it wasn't Michael Jordan.
Looking back on it after all these years, you don't feel that way about it.
When you're a player and you're in the heat of the moment, those things go through your mind. But now that it's over, I've had a lot more great times with Phil than I did bad times. And that's why I say that.
Now in his new memoir, Unguarded.
Then just take it back. It's okay. We know we know you haven't been doing well, man. We all know. It's okay. The world will forgive you, dude. They'll forgive you for a couple of bad years. But you gotta check your ego for a change and make some apologies for what you have done.
Scottie Pippen is sharing intimate details about his road to superstardom.
There's the Last Dance documentary that it still seems like that's bothering Scottie Pippen. What did you make of Scottie's comments when he was on with me earlier in the week?
You know, I'm disappointed in Scottie because he's burning every bridge. I know he has a book coming out. Listen, Scottie was a very good player. I've always liked Scottie, too. I've always liked him. I've never had a disagreement or an argument with him, but he's taking shots at me, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, yo, man, you do know we're like 60 years old. We don't have beefs anymore. We're like 60. What we accomplished was 30 years ago. It's not important or significant. It was great in the day, but now it's irrelevant. So I was disappointed he's taking shots at Michael, Phil Jackson, and myself. But I understand he's got a book coming out, and I just think it's silly and stupid, to be honest with you. Listen, hey, we know you got a book coming out. Stop trying to make, take shots at big fish. He's big game hunting.
He is.
You come after myself. You come after Mike. You come after Phil Jackson. Hey, we know you got a book coming out. But it really just makes you look stupid and silly in the long run, to be honest with you.
Going back to it, man, I think Charles has a really big point. Because, he's dropping the big names. Phil Jackson, the racist. Michael Jordan was a terrible player. Like, you're saying blasphemous things. And, you're doing it right before your book comes out. And you're going on these podcasts, and you're promoting your book. Did you... That's the thing that makes me feel sick inside, though, guys. Do you think he called Phil Jackson a racist and accused him of that just to sell books, just for some more money? I don't know if that's forgivable. I don't know. I just don't know.
That Michael Jordan would be as successful without you.
No. But I don't think I would be successful without him.
Facts.
I think we both complemented each other in a lot of different ways. And we kind of competed and pushed each other to be great.
You look at Michael Jordan, the Bulls' success in the playoffs pre-Scottie Pippen, and then you look at post-Scottie Pippen. Look at that. Oh, you see that win-loss record there, Jay? Was that one win without Scottie in the playoffs?
Watching you and Michael on the court, it looked like two best friends out there just crushing everybody.
It was big brother, little brother. Me and my big brother, like we bonded over dude. It was us. We were modeling ourselves after them. He's 4 years older than me. He taught me the game of basketball. He's the one who pushed me. I resonated with Scottie Pippen so freaking much. It's crazy. And that's why it hurts. Like, it hurt me big when all this stuff, he started saying all this stuff, because I idolized Scottie for being the most unselfish player, you know, to be the number 2 to the greatest player of all time, and just, you know, work your ass off and know that Jordan is still getting the majority of the limelight. I considered him so unselfish. And then all this happened. And I'm like, oh, man, boy, do we go different directions in our life, you know? But it's like that tandem. Me and my brother, we modeled everything after that, you know? We'd always say it, you know, we both wanted to be Jordan, but you can't both be Jordan. So he'd always say it if we're going 2-on-2 against a really good team, you know, a really good tandem. He'd be like, I'm Jordan, you're Pippen. I'd be like, and we knew, like, all he had to do was say that, and I knew exactly what my assignment was. I'm gonna D up their best player. That's my primary goal, is like shut this guy down, you know, block the hell out of him with my long arms, all that stuff, use him as a weapon. And my brother, he'd be the primary scorer. I'd be the primary rebounder, and we'd be figuring it out, you know. But then ball into post would go to me a lot of times, man. It was, the Pippen-Jordan dynamic was great. It was great. You done messed it up, Scotty.
Like off the court.
It wasn't what you saw on the court. We always will have that respect for each other, but our friendship is not where people see it on TV, think it is.
Wow, I never saw that before. I never saw them get in a fight. I never saw even after the season.
Before Dennis says this, like, I never hear situations of one of his friends or one of his ex-teammates reaching out to him and, like, you know, shooting him a text or a call, and MJ not replying. So, I mean, all I got to say, like, the relationship, there's two directions here. So I wonder, like, Scotty, did you make an effort? I don't know. I don't know that. Only you know that. I don't know that. But, you know, if you want to have a relationship with MJ, you probably should, like, message him.
It was not where people see it on TV, think it is.
Wow, I never saw that before. I never saw them get in a fight. I never saw, even after the season, I never saw them. He was always hanging out together, playing golf together, traveling together. But it's just a lot of things that's happened in the last couple of years. So I think Scott's a little bitter. Michael's more like laid back and say, okay, whatever. But I think they're going to work it out.
I hope so.
I
really, really hope so, Dennis. Because now that Jordan and Charles Barkley have repaired, hopefully successfully at this point, have repaired their issues and their relationship. I really hope Scotty fixes his with MJ and Phil. I really, really do.
Well, obviously I know Michael well, but
legend.
With Scott, I don't know Scotty that well. I don't. But he's always been very pleasant, very nice to me. And as I say, I admired him tremendously as a player. He got better every year. It wasn't somebody that just fell off a cliff. He was a really good player. And whatever happens in relationships, and when particularly if you look at a team, and you would think that those guys like that would have the most special relationship in the world.
Right.
Yeah, because they didn't have problems during their time together. Like, you think of like Kobe and Shaq, they had their problems while they were together to the point they had to break up. So that special bond kind of got ruined because of that. But MJ and Scotty never did. This stuff happened, let's see, 22 years after the last time they played on the same team together. They ended their work relationship perfectly. You know, they won a championship together. Scotty toughed it out with the bad back. Jordan carried the team. Like, it was a beautiful thing. And then 22 years later, just down the drain. Yeah.
To trash the greatest
relationship in the world.
Right.
And for you to trash the greatest player ever, in my opinion, I know Michael ain't never going to forgive him.
Here's my breakdown on that. I'm going to ask you this.
All right.
Is it easier to play with a herniated disc or to play
Why
with
is he
the flu?
doing this? This is sad. Go back. Yeah, I'll just make it quick. I said it in the beginning of the video. Jordan still scored 30-something, carried the team, hit the clutch shots at the end to win the game with the flu. That's why we talk about it. It's a miraculous Rocky Balboa type story. Pip, you had a similar story, but I don't want to look it up right now. You probably had like 8 points, a couple rebounds. You were a decoy. You toughed it out for your team, and everyone appreciated it, man. But why are you comparing that to the flu game? Come on, man.
They always say the worst injury to have is a bad back.
It is.
So,
well, I don't see many bad back games, but I do see flu games. Flu.
I mean, I always respected the hell out of you for toughing it out like that, and I'm glad it didn't go a Game 7 because I don't think you could have been able to go out there. But you comparing it now to the flu game is just makes it weird, man.
7 from Central Arkansas.
I don't know.
Scottie Pippen.
Guys, I don't know how long this video has been going on. I didn't mean it to go this long. I didn't think I had this much to say. Wow. This is crazy video. This is a crazy topic.
Wearing number 13.
Before the game today, he said he had everything he could have done to it. He had electrical stimulation, then he iced it, had ultrasound, had a massage, and then did a lot of stretching and told me that he is a little bit ginger, but nothing could keep him out of a game like this.
I struggled to pull it through.
I saw him getting the first rebound of that Game 6, and when he came down, man, you could see he was in such pain.
I suffered from it, still suffering from it, but I wouldn't have played in a Game 7. I just wasn't able to go. I mean, I knew on Saturday that, I probably had one game left in me.
Yep.
They're down 3-2.
With the back stuff, I believe it too. After this Game 6, yeah, his back was going to probably lock up the next day, the next couple of days because of it.
However, I like our position, and I'm confident we can win this series. Bob? Jim,
At the start of that game, I got a dunk early in the game and got banged a little bit by Malone, and that really put me back on my heels throughout that whole game.
Comes over on the double team. Now back to Scottie.
Oh, yeah, my bad. It wasn't a rebound. That was the dunk right there, yeah.
Sec was left alone with him, and an easy two for Scottie.
Where I was running back in the locker room, cortisone, whatever kind of medication I could get in me, heat pack, whatever, to try to carry on. But I definitely was not able to play a Game 7.
The Bulls lead by 9, but here's the bad news for them. Moments ago, Scottie Pippen, accompanied by trainer Chip Schaefer, leaves the bench and heads for the locker room. With more, here's Ahmad. Down by 9, Utah leads after 1 by 3, and you're watching the NBA on NBC.
Stockholm for the past 5 or 6 minutes, trying to stretch that back out. He has both doctors in there. They're just trying to see what they can do to get him ready to play. And if anything else happens, I will be here to report it to you. Bob?
How about when your back gave out? We ain't bringing up the migraine. In 88, when you couldn't go in a Game 7 against Detroit, we ain't even bringing that up. When Jordan was reduced to tears because the championship kept evading him, and he was crying in the arms of his father on the team bus because somehow, some way, yet again, you couldn't show up.
Vern, Scottie Pippen spent some of the first half of the game with an ice bag on the back of his neck. The reason for this was that yesterday he was suffering from migraine headaches. Today, with all the excitement and the adrenaline early on in the game, it was causing his vision to blur. Now, Marc Viloria said they're going to keep the ice bag on it. His vision got steadily better during the game.
Okay,
and
guys,
he'll be
hearing
okay.
that, I've only had like 3 migraine headaches in my life, and they all came and went within the same day. If there's anybody watching this who has more experience with that, does what she said just make sense to you? Because it didn't to me. So he was struggling from migraines the whole day prior to this game, and those migraines carried into this next day and next night. So to the point where, yeah. So the migraine at this point was over 24 hours long. Is that normal? Because I, as far as I understand it, that's not normal. But I'm always willing to learn and understand more. Are there multiple day migraines like this?
Vern?
I told him I can't see. That I was taken out of the game.
He said he had a migraine. I can't argue the point that he had a migraine. It was just one of those things that, is so unfortunate.
Did you hate him when he had the flu? or was poisoned by some pizza delivered to his room or whatever it was against Utah in the finals?
Michael Jordan's physical conditions. This Jordan arriving about 2 hours ago. He is suffering from flu-like symptoms. Made his way onto the court just moments ago.
Let me know in the comments, by the way, because I always thought this was the flu, but I have played a lot of basketball with the flu. But then finding out that it was food poisoning instead, man, to me, that makes it so much worse. Trying to play basketball when you're just like, you're just puking up everything, every bit of liquid, everything you got in your system. That is the worst. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments, guys. Food poisoning or the flu? What would be worse to play on?
Looking a bit shaky. He was up all last night, spent all day in bed, did not eat at all, did not go to the shoot-around earlier today, did not practice, so his status is uncertain. Ahmad Rashad and Jim Gray will have more on this as the game.
And he still went out there and dropped about 38.
Yep.
Michael Jordan.
And like I said, Scotty, that's the difference, okay? That's the difference. If you would have went out there with a bad back and you scored like 35 points that game, dude, come on. That would have been the big story, just like this, just like Jordan's flu game. That's the reason. The reason we remember the flu game was not that he played with the flu. It's that he absolutely dominated while he was dying out there. That's the story, Scotty.
Chris Mars. So Jordan has 6 back-to-back horrible turnovers for Utah. Jordan puts moves on Hornacek. On the lineup. Jordan to the crossover. Yes. Not bad for a guy playing.
And I'm curious now, guys, let me know in the comments, how many points did Scottie Pippen have in Game 6 of the 98 finals?
And when he hit the game-winning shot, came back to the bench, and walking back practically collapsed in your arms. You had to hold him up because he was so sick.
Backing Hornacek. Here's Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan from straight.
Now Scotty wants to act like he was just playing it up for the cameras. Come on, man. His mom was begging him not to play this game. His mother.
The fourth quarter.
That's hard to believe that you can lose track of time and score as Karl Malone did there right next to Pippen. He does have 5 fouls. No excuse. Should have committed one there.
I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He was a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
Jordan,
man,
was damn near as big as Michael Jackson.
Yep. I showed a friend of mine the video for Jam, the Michael Jackson song. He did with Michael Jordan in the video, and I was explaining that to him. I'm like, these two MJs, man, they were the kings, and somehow Michael Jordan was like the biggest, in the world, it seemed, until there's Michael Jackson, and then it's just like this guy's even a level above Jordan somehow. Yeah, these two MJs were freaking monsters.
Who Scottie Pippen just said was a horrible player. Now, one could easily deduce what Scottie Pippen said and simply ask a very rhetorical question. If Jordan was horrible, what the hell did that make you? But that would be disrespectful to Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen doesn't deserve that. But you know what Scottie Pippen deserves? He deserves to hear the truth. Somebody has to tell him. Several truths come to mind. Number one, you are not one. I have too much respect for Scottie Pippen to categorize him in this fashion. But how you sound on this particular footage of you talking about Michael Jordan, you sound like a damn fool.
You do.
You sound like an ignorant dude that don't.
You sound like a dude who's willing to throw away all of these like comrades of yours. You're willing to throw those relationships in the trash to make a buck. That's what it really sounds like, Scotty.
relationship between Jordan and Pippen was eventually defined by tension off the court. MJ had already made it clear in practice just how difficult it was to deal with his intensity. Click now and discover why 15 former teammates revealed that Jordan was even more feared in practice than he was in.
I'll save that for another time. Man, guys, I'm going to make this outro quick because, like I said, I didn't mean to. I don't know how long this video is right now at this point. I feel like it's gone on very long. Very enjoyable video, you guys. Consider subscribing to the channel. The link is down below. I'm just going to leave it with yeah. I feel like I said everything I needed to say. So, bottom line, Scotty, stop it. Get some help. Seriously, like, I'm not even trying to quote MJ here, but it's happening. But stop it. Get some help. Everybody will understand. If you come out and you admit your wrongs and you make some apologies, everyone's gonna forgive you, dude. They're gonna do it. If Phil and MJ are having those conversations, like, it's unfortunate what's happened with you, that means they still care. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be talking about you in the limited time that they get together. So I hope you wake up someday, you make some apologies, check your ego, just accept that you made a mistake. You made multiple mistakes, but then also accept that you weren't in the right mindset during that time. You had a lot of tragedies going on in your life. People understand, okay? People will forgive you. These guys are your friends. They're your family. They will forgive you, but that will never happen if you don't apologize. So check your ego, sir. I really hope you do, and I hope you make the right decisions moving forward. Everyone's alive. Not everyone won't be alive forever, so you don't have tomorrow's not a guarantee for you to turn it around and change your mind and make some apologies. You should do it now. With that, I'm out of here, you guys. Like the vid on the way out if you could. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And yeah, same message goes to all of us. You got somebody that you need to apologize to or something, man, just pick up the phone. Most people forgive. I'm out of here, and be water, my friends.